I know governments in murder collusion to murder planes turns a blind eye, making accomplices of you and I. Because the US is a superpower, does that mean an Irish citizen in a prison cell put there for taking a stand against murder in a foreign land? Free Margaretta D'Arcy, free her now! Free Margaretta D'Arcy, free her now! Well, yes, it was all a delusion. I know governments in murder collusion to murder planes turns a blind eye, making accomplices of you and I. Because the US is a superpower, does that mean before them we have to cower? Are we to turn our hearts to stone, ignore the unmanned murder drones? Surely not. Margaretta stands not alone. We are of her blood and of her bone. Listen now to the warning bell. An Irish citizen in a prison cell, put there for taking a stand against murder in a foreign land. Free Margaretta D'Arcy, free her now! Free Margaretta D'Arcy, free her now! Our rulers fumbled in a greasy till. They never cared and they never will. Little women and little men, hucksters and middlemen. Believe me, they don't dither to sell us out to the highest bidder. Ach shachi and scale, this is the story. Ní chuirimid fáilte rith dúnmhar a hurry. Listen now to the warning bell. An Irish citizen in a prison cell, put there for taking a stand against murder in a foreign land. Free Margaretta D'Arcy, free her now! Free Margaretta D'Arcy, free her now! Drone in the sky, someone's crying. Drone in the sky, someone's dying. If we allow it, then we share the blame. So say we all, not in our name. Visitors are welcome from any land, but don't come here with bloody hands, making of Shannon a staging post, making our land a murder host. We won't pretend that we don't know. Like Margaretta, we're saying no. Listen now to the warning bell. An Irish citizen in a prison cell, put there for taking a stand against murder in a foreign land. Free Margaretta D'Arcy, free her now! Free Margaretta D'Arcy, free her now! Free Margaretta D'Arcy, free her now!
Irishman, obviously, former Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations, much involved in human rights, and I'm here for that reason. For three reasons, actually. One reason is to support Margaretta D'Arcy and her incredible stand against what's happening here in Shannon Airport. A civilian airport's been used for military purposes. I'm here to complain about the Americans having access to this airport, shipping through prisoners, shipping through weapons, including cluster munitions, probably white phosphorus, armed men that deem themselves to be heroes, but in actual fact are mercenaries. And thirdly, our government that has failed to stop this trafficking of weapons and manpower to the wars of the Far East, Middle East. And the law is not being applied. They're not taking their responsibility seriously. They're not inspecting the aircraft. All sorts of things are being wrong. Mr. Shatter, the Minister of Justice, needs to understand how the law works and needs to apply it, or it should be put out of office. I would like to think that Americans know about Margaretta, but I doubt it very much. Do they know where Shannon is? Well, only if they're Irish Americans. Do they care? Probably not, because whether it's Republican or it's, what are the other guys called, Democrats, they all go to war. They have these ambitions of grandeur and aggression, and they take on Afghanistan or Syria, or whoever it is, if they can get away with it. So Libya is destroyed. Iraq, where I ran the UN for a year, is also now irreparably damaged. The Americans don't care about Ireland any more than, to think that this is important to them. It's not important. If we close Shannon to the Americans, of course they'll go somewhere else. But at least then we Irish will no longer be complicit in the atrocities and the war crimes that the Americans are committing. A very good question. Maybe they were invited to come here. I suspect they were, in fact. One of these, cozy St. Patrick's Days chats in the White House. But it is convenient and it's direct, I dare say, and it's. But they're been given the impression they're welcome. Where I think many thinking Irish people have no time for the American presence here. They know we're being abused. They know they're committing war crimes. Who wants to be associated with that? It's a totally foreign thing for this country to be involved in. I know our neutrality may be debated, but to see Ireland supporting these mercenaries, killing innocent women and children in Afghanistan and Libya and Iraq, it's intolerable.
an American Vietnam veteran. I totally support what's going on here. I've been absolutely crazy for 12 years that my government and my military is just going around the world wreaking havoc and working to their national purpose. Evidently seems to be war and destruction throughout the world out of a sense of paranoia. And I'm here to stand up with Margaretta D'Arcy, because I think an old woman who's 79 and is a woman of such conscience should be freed and should be given the Nobel Peace Prize and not thrown in a lingering jail in Limerick. And I think Enda Kennedy and the Minister of Justice of Ireland should be ashamed of themselves, completely ashamed of themselves. Shannon, I don't think they know about Margaretta, maybe a few Irish Americans, but no, it hasn't been really published yet. Yes. The fine tradition of people of religious conscience standing out and taking the leadership to organize the people against imperialist war and aggression. Whereas Shannon, many American vets have made appearances here. Colonel Wright, who was a colonel in the U.S. Army, and who's the other fellow? Scott Ritter, who is a fellow Marine like myself. And this group, Vets for Peace, were the progenitors of a very important group in America called the Iraq Veterans Against the War. And so we've passed the gauntlet to the younger veterans, from Afghanistan and Iraq, and have taught them our history of militancy, not only against the aggression which has wounded us both in mind and spirit, but also to remind the U.S. government, where they say, welcome home, thank you for your service to the country. But when your leg's knocked off and you're half crazy and you end up homeless on the street, that's the result of warfare on a domestic level. Absolutely.
Is that true?
Yes. I mean, you've got two ways to get American citizenship. Land there with $1 million in your pocket or more, or be some hapless immigrant. I wouldn't say the Americans call them illegal immigrants, but as far as I'm concerned, Mexicans are just reclaiming the country that was stolen from them in 1848 during the war with Mexico. And you're right, the path for a working class kid who comes from a minority country or is a minority, but actually the Hispanics are no longer a minority. They're the largest minority in America, and that's their way. They join the military, they get a green card, and then sometimes, even if they're killed, they don't give them citizenship, and it's a really disgrace. That's what people have to go.
Little has changed since Vietnam.
Absolutely. Pound of flesh to get your little citizenship.
This was the largest demonstration at Shannon Airport for a long time, clearly because of the fact that the state has imprisoned Margaretta D'Arcy. What we need is her immediate release, and we will be campaigning actively for her release, and we want more people to turn up next time.
Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Gone to flowers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Gone to pick them, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?